All right, party people, we're back with another episode. Today feels like I have not done this in so long. We went to the beach. It was kind of like, we're back in our own place, and it feels like we're back to normal. I wasn't on the last one, so it's been a while for me, but it feels good to be back. I was energized when I woke up this morning to get back to it.
Cool.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I was too.
Well,
I mean, I haven't missed in a while, but yeah.
Well, when we were at the beach, it was like I was in that relax mode of not wanting to do anything. So part of me did not want to record because I just wanted to relax and not do much. So it just didn't feel right, and we weren't in our normal spot. So it feels like I haven't done this in so long. So I was excited to do it when I woke up this morning.
Oh, yeah. And I haven't done this in so long. It's been
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
Because I had to work when you guys went on your beach trip. And then I was also in California when Presley, the bald man, who is unfortunately not here, and Leighton did the last podcast.
Yeah, that was Cali.
I mean, it was good. It was a good trip. I mean, we didn't go there just for vacation. It was because my grandma passed away, so that's the main reason why we ended up going.
Sorry about that.
Just feel bad about it and guilty for like at least podcast length. But
I honestly did not hear about that. I didn't know.
No, I
didn't
either.
Sorry about that.
you didn't? Oh,
I don't think any of us knew why you were going.
oh really? Oh
I thought
gosh.
you were going to see your dad or something.
That's really funny. No, the reason why we went is because of that. But no, it's funny because that's happened a few times actually. Like with work, there's somebody at my work who I just started there not too long ago. I've been there for a few months now, but I put in for vacation early because I knew about it, and he was like, "Oh hey, I heard that you're taking off like time," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to like California during this length." And he's like, "Wow, you just started back and you're already taking time off," and he was giving me grief about it and giving me a bad time, and I'm like, my grandma's dead. and
Wow!
I mean, I didn't actually say it like that. But I'm like, dude, my grandma died, so we're going there for her funeral or celebration of life. And he was just like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then like the next day, he was like, hey man, I'm really sorry about that. I didn't realize, and I just couldn't help but just laugh. It was so funny to me.
I don't know if some jobs have this, but it would be pretty nice to have like hours you can use for that stuff, for funerals and stuff.
To be fair,
we do?
I got one comp day specifically for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for a grandparent's funeral, you get one day off.
Okay. Yeah,
That makes sense.
I
But
didn't know that.
At
Yeah,
my
but I
work, I
had-
think we get like 3 days of grievance or whatever it's called.
Did not know that. Okay.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
But no, but yeah, I had to use more because I was in California for about a week. So I obviously had to use more than just the one day. But it's nice that they do give you something, that they're not just like, oh, I'm sorry about that. So you're going to be here tomorrow, 7 a.m. sharp.
Yeah.
And you're going to use your vacation time
Yeah, exactly.
or your sick time if you want to go celebrate your family member's life.
Right.
Exactly.
So I know it's California and everything, but did y'all do the shotgun thing or?
I did not think you were going to say
we are not
that.
a Parker, so no. And two, no, because she already passed, for one, and she was already cremated.
That's usually the case.
So were you and I just
Usually?
I don't want to
Yeah.
put words in your mouth. I just want to make sure that I'm getting this right. So with my grandma being cremated, were you suggesting that we either one, shoot my cremated grandma, or two, that we put her into the shotgun and fire her off? What were you suggesting, Presley? What were you suggesting?
I didn't know she was cremated, but now that I know that she is, the shotgun blast. I mean, that'd be how I'd want to go.
I'm suggesting we restart the episode.
Man, load me into a shotgun shell and blast me off. That's how I want to go.
No. What we actually did is that we went to the beach, and we ended up spreading her ashes at the beach.
Very nice.
See, that's
Without
a lot
a
more
shotgun.
pleasant, Presley.
Without a shotgun.
Look, when you're cremated, you've got 100% chance of knowing that they're gone. When the body's still there, you're not sure. That's the whole point. If you remember why at my family funerals, you double check.
I would say,
We don't do this because that just makes no sense.
Is this why you're not married yet?
Yes.
He's just afraid when I don't want to, I don't want to die like that.
I guess so.
That wouldn't be the cause of death.
Well,
What happens if the person was actually alive and you shot the alive person?
Well,
yeah, what if they were still alive?
If
You
they
didn't
were
know it?
alive in a frozen state or a sedated state or a comatose,
Coma.
would you rather them die because you buried them alive?
I think I would rather not shoot them and
Yeah.
give them a reason to
I'm
live.
not saying you
A
gotta
reason
do
to
it.
live.
Yeah,
But
just
somebody
like,
got to do it.
your
So,
friend.
so are you just like the Grim Reaper and you just show up at random people's funerals
It's
with a
out of
shotgun?
respect. I kill you because I respect you.
You know what this means? Respect.
Yeah.
Remember that theory we used to have about you breaking out?
Oh,
of
it's
an
not a
insane
theory,
asylum?
Blake.
No.
That was
It's not a
confirmed off
real?
Yeah, it
camera.
was confirmed. I mean, you said that you didn't see him at the beach, like for hours at a time during the day.
That is
What do you think he
true.
was doing?
Chasing
may-
women. And
No, I was volunteering at local funeral homes.
there you go.
He was not walking.
Yeah, everybody knows the local funeral homes at the beach. They're just all over.
People
Let's give us a
done.
press of thought.
This has
Hey.
been probably one of like my favorite dark openings that we've had.
A cold opening, if you will, like
Cold.
death.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, it's been cold.
get
It's been
darker.
cold.
You ready?
Yeah, turn the lights off.
Oh gosh.
Not that again. All right.
Yeah, set the
This,
mood.
this might hurt you. I barely understood it.
Oh no.
Does anyone else think it's weird that in our cars we can reach out and touch the other side, but in buses we can't, and they both fit in a lane?
What? What in God's name does that mean?
So, is that just a weird way to say like our wingspan, like we can touch either side of a car, but a bus is just barely too long to where the average person
Oh, I
can't?
see what
You see what I
Like,
mean? Yeah, like in a car you could reach out and do that. In a bus you can't, but yet they both still fit on the road.
But not in
Yeah,
not
that's
an
True,
equal
but
amount.
I will say, man, that lane from now, because now that I have my CDL, my commercial driver's license, and I actually have had to drive like some of these big trucks.
I'll have you.
that lane gets small, I
have.
bet.
Yeah, I was gonna say it gets a lot smaller because you may think like, oh, the truck is like longer or it's taller, so you have to worry about that. And to a certain degree, you do. But the main thing really is just the width of the truck, because you go from having like, oh, I can scoot over like 3 feet in the lane this way, 3 feet in the lane this way if you need to where with this, it's like
See,
people move out of the way for you.
I didn't know you actually had gotten it. I know you were talking about it.
Oh yeah, I do. And I also learned how it's so incredibly easy to get your normal driver's license in Tennessee. It really does not take any effort. I went through driver's ed and I went through like filling out all the things for it and going through all of that. You don't need to go through driver's ed. Like you're supposed to have a certain amount of night hours and you're supposed to log them. And when my family did that and showed up to the DMV, they were just like, "Oh, you drive at night?" And my mom's like, "Oh yeah, I have." And they're just like, "Yeah, whatever, sure." And then so it's like,
Here's your license.
yeah, so they basically just give you your license. But to get your CDL, it is so much more difficult. Not because of like the driving test necessarily, but because you have to go through a pre-trip inspection to where you have to go through every single little part of your vehicle and talk about what it is, why you're checking it, and if it's good, like how it's supposed to be checked.
Just imagine them
it's a
like
long
bringing you
process.
around the vehicle. They like point at the wheel. They're like, "What's that?"
No, here's a question. How many
Wheel.
wheels does an 18-wheeler have?
Is it stuff like that?
7?
Give or
Sorry.
take.
Wrong.
Dang it.
You know what? You're wrong, but here's your license anyway.
They just give
We
it
need
to you.
someone to drive.
They give
No, but-
driver's licenses out like candy, and it shows.
Oh yeah, but no, getting your driver's license is way too easy. But no, even with the wheel, you have to go through like very in depth with everything about like the wheel and the tire.
So,
Also, not the same thing.
oh yeah, that took me a second, but that does make
You're the
sense. I was
car
like,
guy.
If you think
what?
about it.
If you think about
What?
it,
What do you think?
The wheel's the metal.
and almost neither of them are called rims. So is it true that it might be a little more difficult to get a ticket if you have a CDL?
In theory, yes, because I believe that a police officer has to fill out like an extra form or whatever once you officially have your commercial driver's license. I do not know for a fact. I don't know the process, but I have heard that it is a little more difficult to where if you get pulled over for going like 8 over or whatever, to where some police officers, like they may be like, oh, that's ticket worthy, but other ones may be a little more on the fence about it. This kind of puts them a little more on the fence about it, for example. to where, I believe that you have to fill out like an extra form or an extra page of something. Okay. So they prefer not to, unless that it's pretty clear that you should get one.
Well, I would think the fines or the penalties would be higher if you did have a CDL and you did end up losing it.
Yes and no. Yeah, I was going to say the main reason why it's more severe is most people don't just get a commercial driver's license for fun. People get it for work. You would.
If it makes them hesitant to give me a ticket, if it ain't that expensive, I mean.
Yeah, no, Zach needs it.
Do you have a like a nice view of people? Because you're up here.
Oh yeah, you're up way higher.
Can you see like everything they're doing in their car? You ever just look down and just try to see?
Not really. I suppose you could at like stoplights to where you could look over to the right or whatever, and you can be like, "Oh yeah, this lady's on her phone, like texting and driving the whole time."
Well, that happened to me. That's why I asked. Because the other day, I was doing it. I'll admit, I was texting on my phone and I was driving, and this guy,
illegal.
Jail.
This guy, I guess, kind of like the truck you drive. He honked at me. I'm like, oh, he can really see exactly what I'm doing. So I was just that's what I was asking. If you can just see everything they're doing
at a
car.
stoplight, yes, but I'll say while you're driving, unless you are very comfortable, you don't just want to be in that big vehicle looking at just other people.
Like that guy.
What do you do?
Yeah, that guy must have been doing that. Let's see what I can do to aggravate him today.
So can you see through people's sunroofs if they have that open?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Right?
It'd probably have to be a pretty low car, because I mean, at least because I don't drive an 18-wheeler and mine's automatic, thank goodness. I don't drive a manual, but I mean, I believe the truck I drive, it's like 11 feet 9 inches tall. So I mean, it's tall, but it's also not like you're not like 15 feet in the air or whatever. So I mean, you can see, but it's a little more difficult than you think. It's just easier to see like over cars for the road ahead of you.
Is it expensive
to
get this license?
At least, okay. So first, you have to go through and you have to get your you have to go through like an actual test to get your permit. So the test costs somewhere between like $6 to $12 each time you do it. And then in order to get your license, you can either go through a private company, which makes it more expensive, or you can do it through the state. And I did mine through the state, and through the state it was like $66 or whatever to get your license. Man. It was something like that.
Any ticket's going to be more than that. I just pay the extra now and get a better license.
Yeah.
Did the company though help pay for it?
No.
They didn't pay for it, but they required it.
Yeah, my company doesn't pay for it. No. I'll say no. This is not me. If anybody is watching this is not me calling you out necessarily, but I did think that it was a little weird how, oh yeah, we're requiring you to get this for your job. Also, you have to pay for it each and every time. It's just kind of like...
If you are watching, I don't work there. That's bullcrap.
Yeah.
Oh, you got him good.
Did you say you work there?
I actually said I did not.
Oh.
No, you said did not. Oh. Yeah, no, but I was like, oh yeah, I have to pay this on my own. So I'm like, well, that's nice.
See, a CDL is one of those things that I would just want to have just to have. Kind of like a... what's that thing I used to say?
You'd be qualified to drive U-Hauls.
Yeah. Well, also... just for the heck of it, just get a little associate's degree in, what's it called?
Swimming?
Driving?
No.
Underwater basket weaving.
No, that's a good
my
one.
Favorite.
That's a good one.
Geography.
I'd actually like that just for fun.
Women's studies.
Oh, I thought you were just going to say women.
I don't think they offer that one.
Start it. Teach.
Is it called women's studies or is it called something different?
It's got to be called something different.
I don't know. Maybe women's studies is a class or something. I don't know. I went to...
Oh, it's called something else. That's not it.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I did not study that. I apologize.
That might be
I'm looking up woman degree. Oh, college.
Woman degree.
Woman degree.
It just shows every single degree you can get
yeah,
from
for
college.
real. Exactly.
Women's
it's like we live in 2023 now. Women can get any degree.
Business management.
That's really funny. Sports medicine.
I'm not a professional Googler like Jamie.
I'm pretty positive it's just called women's studies.
It might just be women's studies. I don't know.
It's kind of lame.
History of feminism.
I'm sure that's a class.
Probably.
I guarantee that's a class somewhere.
I'm going to look this up.
I don't know if that'd be a degree, though.
While you're looking that up, did y'all hear what Peyton Manning's doing for UT? Did y'all see this?
Yeah.
No, what is Peyton Manning doing for the University of Tennessee?
Peyton Manning is a professor at UT now.
He is? Is he teaching some sports related or unrelated?
Communications. Because
that makes sense.
Because after he retired, he's doing all this stuff for TV, and he started his own production company.
His own
and
like
stuff.
public speaking and everything.
Yeah.
Is he almost like a motivational type speaker now? I mean, not for UT, but I mean,
he gives speeches and stuff, but I'm like, man, I really should have just taken a gap year. So I could have taken his class. He's not there like every time. It's like him and another professor that was already there. But apparently he's
they
making
split the time, yeah.
every now and then Peyton Manning will be on campus, but most of the time he's on Zoom. But he's still a professor. Like, you can take Peyton Manning's communications class.
that's really. Can you imagine Peyton Manning grading your speech?
That's what I thought of. Like, is Peyton Manning just sitting here like watching it? And he's like just grading it and evaluating you. Well, their forehead's not quite big enough.
The forehead's
That's
not big
taking that down a notch for me.
Their IQ has to be lower if they don't have the size of my forehead.
You know, he talked about Thanksgiving dinner. He really should have audibled that to Christmas dinner. If you think about it, yeah.
He did mention his family in Omaha, so that was a good touch. That was a nice touch.
Is that what he's teaching?
Communications, yeah.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, his production company is called Omaha.
That is fantastic.
Omaha!
What a G.
Yeah.
How has he been sponsored by Omaha Steaks? If not, that is such a big missed opportunity.
I don't even know what that is.
Omaha Steak, it's a steak company, as you could probably guess. But yeah, I
Fish
feel
steak or beef?
beef.
Oh,
Fish steak.
It's not fake steak.
fish. Yeah, there's this thing called fish steak.
It's just a vegetable.
Okay,
No, fish
Ron.
is a meat.
No, that was a Ron Swanson.
No, fish meat are practically vegetable meat.
What?
I'm just. You might as well eat a cauliflower pizza.
No.
That's actually not that bad.
Shut up.
Some good ones that they
Some are
actually
good.
aren't always. It's the same thing with like different vegan meals, like Impossible Burgers. Impossible Burgers,
don't
not
like
like
those.
Burger King or whatever. You can't get it from a fast food place. They actually do not taste that bad. Now, I'm not saying that you should actually go out and eat them necessarily, because at least I believe that they are way less healthy for you than they claim to be.
Yes.
Because it's like, oh, here's soy. You know what our secret ingredient is? More soy. Don't worry, we add a little bit of beet in here for that extra texture. But then,
Soy.
Soy.
Which,
So-
for men, will give you boobies.
Looking that
do you
up.
view it as just a wait? Don't look that up, please.
Does soy...
How does soy negatively affect men?
So are you soy is just so?
I've heard
when
that somewhere.
somebody says soy, do you just hear estrogen?
Usually.
It says false.
False.
Okay, but what's the website?
It's Google saying that. It's true.
oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
Everything on the internet
Well,
is true.
vegan easy. That sounds like they're biased.
Vegan easy
that
is the soy.
doesn't
Okay, that's
sound like
okay,
a reliable
that's- yeah.
source. Here, what does soy do to the male body?
Does soy really cause man
That
boobs?
guy looks stressed.
Wouldn't
He's
you
probably
if you
had
had
soy.
those?
Yeah, I'd be stressed too.
He
Yeah.
does have man boobs.
All right, anyway.
Anyway,
Well,
I'll keep going.
I'm really happy that that's just on our laptop and that we're not
That's a
gonna
fear
put
of
that
mine,
up on the screen.
honestly.
Is
Huh?
it?
Really?
Man boobs, receding hair, and what else? Oh, that's basically it.
Yeah.
I only feel two things in this world.
I did something fun the other day. I told you about it, Presley. The other night, there was a football game on Thursday, NFL, Eagles and Vikings. And I'm sure you've like seen a bunch of these like betting apps and stuff like that, like DraftKings.
Yeah.
I've never done that before. I just haven't really, I don't know, wanted to. But for some reason, I'm like, I'm going to put a little money in there. I'm going to bet on a few things, see how I do.
Okay.
So I just put $25 in, thinking maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get that back. I won $150.
Oh
Nice.
my god.
First time ever betting on anything. 150.
You gonna sell the house? Let's
Yeah.
do
So
this.
are we sponsored now?
That would be
Where's
nice.
this?
On DraftKings.
On DraftKings. yeah,
September
on
16th, 2023, Shmev becomes a gambler.
DraftKings. Yep.
Yeah. All
I
of a sudden
don't-
he moves to Vegas.
I'm not gonna do it much, but yeah,
That is
like
cool.
like one thing I bet on was that the Vikings tight end would score the first touchdown of the game. I put in $5 for that bet and won 90.
Yeah.
Like
that-
because the
that's
odds were so
specific.
low for that. And then like two others were that the first score of the game would be a field goal and that the home team would get it. I got 50 off of those.
Oh, yeah.
And then just a few more
You
dollars.
would do really well at that, actually.
Oh, yeah. No,
I
that
think,
sound.
yeah.
No, I feel like you would do well off of that. Plus, at least I've heard, I'm such a gambler and I know so much about, strategy when it comes to it. But I've heard a lot of people say that, like, if you just put down, like, a little bit of money on the really low odds stuff, like, obviously you're likely to lose it all. But if you actually get it, your reward is huge and you're really not risking nearly as much.
Exactly.
So a lot of times it can be good to, like, if there's a huge discrepancy, to just be like, okay, even though that's not likely, like, I'm going to put $5 down because I might be able to get $90 out of that, which is however many times the profit.
It's like Kevin from The Office when he said, if someone ever gives you the odds of 10,000 to 1 or something like that, you take those odds every time.
Yeah. That's not, exactly.
I'm not totally sure where this comes from, but I've heard with gambling and stuff, a good rule of thumb is like, if you're okay with putting a certain amount of money on the table and just setting it on fire and it wouldn't bother you, whatever that amount is probably what you should bet.
I feel like that's very solid advice.
If you're willing to put $5 on the table, watch it burn, and it's not going to, take away everything, then you're probably okay.
Yeah, if he didn't score the touchdown, I'm
$5.
like, it was worth the risk.
Yeah.
And I won $90 off of it.
That's
like, that's my money for this weekend, spending on stuff.
If you made a separate bank
so
account,
you're buying lunch today?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Schmidt.
Already spent it. Just kidding.
He betted all of that away.
Yeah, I bet all of it again.
That's how people lose all their stuff, though. Yeah. It's so hard to be, like, disciplined.
So is there a bet for Tom Brady coming out of retirement?
Maybe.
There might be.
But there's, like, fun bets, too. Like, for the Super Bowl, how long is the national anthem going to be? And it's like, if it's over 2.5 minutes, you'll win. You'll win. If it's under, you'll win. And it's like, will the first kickoff of the game be taken out, or will it be a touchback? Like, it's like fun bets like that.
weird.
I would like to bet on the national anthem.
Yeah.
Or like, bless you and your future generations,
Too much
Presley.
I
soy.
had to leave that. Yeah, probably.
Did that,
Yeah, my
hopefully
gosh.
that got you.
Yeah, were you able to sneeze out all that estrogen that apparently you associate with soy?
Yes.
But I think I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to do like what I did and just do small bets and just hope
Yeah.
it turns into big. I don't want to spend a whole lot on it.
Plus-
Unless I am just extremely confident about it. But even then, that's scary.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
plus, I don't know how it works with ones like DraftKings or Sportsbook. Isn't Sportsbook another one?
Maybe.
I forget. but
DraftKings is the biggest one.
I know DraftKings, yeah. I was going to say,
Barstool.
I don't know how it works with those if, how they get you in the door is they kind of put the odds in your favor a little bit more in terms, like, obviously you predicted what's going to happen, but maybe in terms of, like, rewards or in terms of likelihood or something. I don't know if they put that in your favor a little bit at first to try to get you hooked. And then once they get you hooked, then they kind of stack it back against you. Because I know that some casinos have done that. If they think that they have a potential returning customer, they'll let them win a little bit at first. And then after they, get hooked, then they'll make the odds a little more towards the house.
Yeah. Theo Vaughn, one of his sponsors, I'm pretty sure is DraftKings.
Yeah, I
that's
think so.
one of the places I've heard about it. But it's everywhere.
Yeah.
A lot of like sports leagues and stuff, they'll have that.
It's just
as a
so
sponsor.
dangerous. I've seen
Yeah, it
videos
is.
of people putting an insane amount on there, and they lose so much. Like,
Yeah.
you just gotta be careful with it. But one of my favorite videos I've seen as far as like betting goes, last year it was in the playoffs, and Chargers and Jaguars were playing. The Chargers were up by like 20 points, maybe more, in the third quarter. Looked like the Chargers were going to easily win, and this guy bet on the Jaguars to win by like a certain amount, and he fell asleep during the game, and his friends were watching the game, and the Jaguars came back and won by that amount. And they woke the guy up, and they're like, look at the screen, and he's like waking up. He slowly gets up, and he's like... It's like he starts losing his mind.
He's hyperventilating.
Because he woke up and they were down by like 20. I mean, he fell asleep down by 20. He woke up and they won the game. He put like a ton of money on it and won a lot.
Remember, kids, don't work hard.
Sleep
Gamble.
hard.
Gamble. Dude,
Gamble.
There's this one story that Joe Rogan told on this podcast. I've
Is
heard
that
it
the only
multiple
one?
times. That's the only thing I listened to. I'm not even...
I listened to the
one of
last
the few.
episode and heard y'all say that so many times.
Yeah, we did. Well, he was talking about Dana White, which is, the founder or CEO. President of UFC, right?
Yeah.
He's a gambler, and he plays blackjack. He's really good at blackjack. Which I don't know how you're good at blackjack, but
Luck.
anyway. He was down by $600,000, and not only did he get that money back, he walked away winning $600,000.
Oh my.
That's insane.
And he does it all the time. It's I
Well,
think places kick him out.
good for him. He can do that on his own. I'll pass.
That is so much
what?
money.
When you've got that much money, whatever.
That's true. To people
Yeah.
like that, I mean, I don't know how much Dana White actually
millionaire
has,
for
but
sure.
I was gonna say, yeah, for people like that, because for us, it's like, oh yeah, we want to put down like $5 or $20 or whatever. But for people like that, they're like, oh, yeah, I'll just put down like $100K, and
Yeah,
we're
that's
like,
the
are you
version of
insane?
$10.
And
Maybe.
they're just like, if I lose it, whatever, it's fine.
Maybe
just like
they're
are you
okay burning
insane?
that.
Maybe.
Yeah, the worst bets I've seen is where like people place bets on what's gonna happen at the end of the season, but they do it like before the season starts. So like for example, you may
risky.
bet a lot of money that Aaron Rodgers is gonna win the MVP this year. Well, he tore his Achilles on the 4th play of the season, and now he's out. Your
over.
money's gone like that. Like
Yeah.
you can't. Your money's already gone. Like that is something.
That's just stupid.
If I bet, it's gonna be like right before the game starts. I'm not doing that, waiting 4 months to see if I win my money or not.
Unless the odds or the reward for those odds is like extremely good and you can put a little.
That's what I was thinking. That's probably the incentive to
Yeah.
do it earlier.
Yeah.
At least that's my thought process with
Just
it.
because it's so hard to predict the future in pretty much every single sport. It's so hard to know what's
Well, it's
going
hard
to
to
happen.
predict the future in anything, really. Even if you think something is certain, especially in some like sports, it's probably not going to happen.
Who's gonna win the election?
Let's get
We don't
political.
even know.
Probably Kanye West.
Somehow he makes a comeback.
Do y'all think Taylor Swift would do well if she ran?
Oh, I don't think she wants
it
to do
depends
that.
how
No, if
much.
she did.
I don't.
no.
Okay, I think she would do okay. I don't think she would do as good as most people would expect because I think that a lot of her fan base is 17 and younger.
Yeah.
But then again, she also does have a lot of fans that are like 18 older,
grown up
but
with
also a lot of it's a double-edged sword because a lot of young people don't vote. But then again, maybe you're saying, oh, well, the older people will already vote, so maybe they'll vote for her, and then she's tapping into this new base that wasn't going to vote anyway, and maybe they'll vote for her. So I don't know. There's a few different ways you could look at that.
I mean, she would get
crazy.
votes for sure, just because
She
Taylor
would.
Swift.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah, she
Kanye
definitely
did.
would.
yeah.
Kanye got how many votes did he get from? Because Tennessee, of course,
Was the
voted
most?
for him the most out of any state.
It's like
in the United
only
States.
2% though, or something.
It wasn't much. It was like somewhere between 8,000 and 11,000
Place is
votes, but
gone
that's
somewhere.
still
Yeah, it's more than it should have been.
8,000 and 11,000 people in this state who voted for Kanye West, and it's like, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what to
apparently
do with that
everyone
information.
lives here now, so that's not surprising.
Everyone is
Tennessee
coming to
has gotten
Tennessee.
a lot more popular.
Populated?
I think to answer that
Populated.
question, I think Kanye, when he voted, was really like more of a meme, so people just
It
want to
kinda
see how
was,
many
yeah.
votes he would get.
Yeah.
I think Taylor's fan base is so loyal. You know, if she got elected, she wouldn't be able to make a lot of music anymore. So
Yeah.
like, her fans don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Like they want to see her continue to make music.
That's true. Yeah, they'd be excited about it first, but then maybe if they thought about it.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
She's in the White House writing songs. I'm in the Oval Office right here.
Talking about how
signing
North
bills
Korea
away.
like hates her. and she's
But I like how you basically just made like a Disney princess song. Just a bird flies in through the window, lands on her shoulder.
yeah, when she gives speeches, it's just a concert. she just like
She
sings like
sings.
That would make the State of the Union address so much more interesting, though.
I
People
figured out
might
the
actually
thumbnail.
watch it. No, never mind. I'm for this now.
Taylor
okay?
Swift's running for president.
There you go.
Honestly, at this point, why not vote for her at this point?
Let's not. Let's not take that too serious.
Well, what would she do? Let's say she gets elected.
She wouldn't do anything.
I don't know.
I
if
don't think she
I
would do a
think
good
she-
job.
So
no, she
would
wouldn't.
it
But I'm
just
just saying,
be
what
like-
would she do?
So whoever her main advisor would be, I guess that person would be president in theory
Pretty
then,
much.
because she would probably just listen to the main advisor, I would assume.
Which doesn't make you the president anymore.
Yeah.
Like actually.
I would think.
you
I
know?
also wonder how many presidents we've had to where they actually just make it look like they make a lot of the decisions, but it really is because all presidents have advisors and they listen to them. But I wonder how many of them to where it's been like the advisor is really the one running the country. And we don't
Yeah.
really know that.
They have an
couple.
advisor for everything.
There is, yeah.
I want
What
it.
celebrity do you think would make a good president?
Oh gosh, there's a
Like actually,
A celebrity?
like
okay.
define
like-
celebrity, like musician, actor, or just anyone
Someone
famous.
who's very
Anyone
famous.
Anyone famous?
Theo Von.
That's a good.
No.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
dude.
No.
Yeah.
Please no.
I'd vote for him.
Could you imagine the
I would.
speeches, man?
I would vote for him.
Dude, that would be.
We gotta end this thing called Hunger Boy.
My gosh, what would Theo Von?
People's dang stomachs are growling at me.
I will. Oh my gosh.
Their belly button's opening up. Eat me alive, boy.
Here, I
God.
do want to come back to your question, but I just want to ask one of my own real quick. What would be the first thing Theo Von does if he becomes president? What is the first policy that he puts into place?
Golly. Oh. Trying to.
That's crazy to think about.
It's scary.
Well, Theo is very conservative.
Yeah.
So. Trying to think of
So
the
knowing
conservative
that, I'm trying to think of some. What's he passionate about?
I feel like he would make something legal that is just random. You know what I mean? That's like illegal for some like really strange reason. It's like, no, nationwide, we're gonna make it to where your truck can be squatted at a 90-degree angle.
Hey, trucks
You know.
rights.
Trucks, right?
There you go.
Let's
Stop
start that.
oppressing the 90-degree angle trucks.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'd be
gosh.
something crazy.
Yeah,
There's
it would
no
be something
telling.
like that.
Yeah.
But then no, what celebrity would make a good president?
I'm
That
trying to
is-
think of like what celebrities are good leaders. That's what I'm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of that too. I'm trying to think of
I think of The Rock.
the people.
almost
Well,
ran.
what's funny is that
he
I
might
was
have.
gonna say he actually almost ran
Oh,
at
really?
one point. So it's kind of funny that you bring him up because he actually almost did run for
He
president.
seems like a good leader, and people respect him.
Imagine if you had Kevin Hart as his VP.
Wow.
Imagine Kevin Hart as vice president.
Personally, would not want either one of them as president, realistically. But
I don't think there's really any celebrity like that.
There's not. I feel
can
like
think
there are
of.
celebrities
Ben
that would be
Shapiro.
better at it than others.
He's not a celebrity.
Well,
though.
Oh gosh.
he kind of is.
Yeah, you just named different politicians.
He's
You're like, yeah,
popular.
that
I know,
person's
but,
a
like,
celebrity.
Like Ronald Reagan was an actor before he was the president.
That is very
Right.
true.
So
That is very true. I was thinking, I don't know,
You gotta
maybe
have
like
some kind of background though.
just because I don't know how they would actually be as president, but just because I kind of like them as people, maybe someone like a Morgan Freeman or a Denzel Washington. Like, I don't know how they would actually be, but I'm like, just out of the different names that keep coming to mind, I'm like, they would be better than probably most other
people
celebrities.
respect them.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I would like. I wouldn't actually vote for them. I don't think, but I'm like, I don't know. This is a hard question. This is a good question, but a
Yeah,
hard
there's
question.
not a single person I can really think of.
I don't think The Rock would be that bad.
I don't think
I
he
don't
would
think
do
he'd be
good.
very good.
I
I
don't
think he's
so
a really
either.
good leader,
I think
and people respect
This
him.
is the problem with celebrities. Everyone has an image of that person, but it's based off of things that aren't even real, like movies
agree, yeah.
and their music and how the press covers them. It's not about who they actually are.
Like
That's
it-
the only thing.
He seems like a nice person,
Right.
but I don't.
I don't know anything
I don't
about
know.
him. I
How
don't wanna
does
say
his
anything
skill
negative,
set
but-
work into becoming president of
Exactly.
the United States?
Like, what
Exactly.
skill set does he have? He's just gonna bench press some bills.
He bench presses Iran.
He might try to make the.
He
I don't
starts
know.
doing a presidential debate. He just stops talking, walks over, bench presses the podium.
I could see him
So
doing
is it
going
going
to
to be him versus John Cena to become president then?
That'd be wild. I feel
don't
like he
know.
would do something for health. That'd be one of the things he would do. So
Oh, he definitely would. Well, I mean,
fat.
he has done different. I forget all the things he's done, but I know that he has done different like charitable or like charity type things.
Government,
pretty
what was it? Government covered gym memberships.
Speaking of
all
like,
gyms are free.
have y'all seen all the
There are worse
stuff,
policies.
all the new stuff with Kanye on social media now?
I have not
No.
followed anything with Kanye
stay
in
away from him.
months and months. Ever since he became a Nazi, but then took it all back and said Jonah Hill saved my life.
that was great.
Like, that was the most random thing in the world. Because I forget what it was. Is it 21 or 22 Jump Street?
22 Jump Street.
22
21
jumps-
maybe, I don't know.
21. Well, one of them has Johnny Depp and is the original. The other one has Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. But he watched that movie and he's like, you know what? Jonah Hill taught me not to hate Jews. I'm just like,
He
what?
changed my life.
I'm like, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
But-
guess thanks Jonah Hill for acting in this movie. But I'm like, my gosh.
But recently on social media, I haven't seen anything bad, I don't think. But it's like, you know, he's got a new wife, and he's got
know
some
that.
wife
I had
that
no idea.
it looks exactly like Kim Kardashian. But
Oh, he's got a type.
they're like traveling a lot, and every now and then, like I saw one today, it'll just be pictures of them just walking around doing something completely random, and like you can only see like their eyes, or he's got a mask on. You can tell it's him.
Yeah.
Like today, they were in Berlin. There's just a picture of them in Berlin sitting on a bench.
Germany.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Oh, I get it now.
But
It took me
yeah,
a second.
they were just sitting on a bench in Berlin, and they were eating kebabs. It's just like some random stuff like
no,
that
that's-
I've been seeing.
Actually, if you go back to the Nazi thing, that's really bad imaging. Oh no.
Kebabs?
Oh, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. That's good.
I don't get it.
There's the line.
I'll just
And
stick
there's
with
the
it.
line.
I'll explain it to you later.
Okay.
When you're old enough.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. When you're mature.
So World War II.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully
when that happened.
hopefully it
No,
stays at
oh.
World War
I
II
thought
and
you
it's
were
not
gonna
World
talk
War
about
III.
World War
World
III.
War also.
I thought you were talking about
World War
III.
also.
Silly.
Don't you like how World War One was the war to end all wars?
Yeah.
And then there was another
It's like
one.
we're never
Yeah,
gonna
then there
do
was
this
another
again.
one just a few years later.
Yep.
And then now,
Fantastic.
next week, I'm doing this on DraftKings. Russia. I'm just saying. That's not
gosh.
funny to even joke about it. I shouldn't have said that. I apologize.
Wow, Leighton, you crossed the line. We hate you now. Get out of here.
All right, you're
That
canceled.
joke blew up.
Okay.
Blew up right in my face.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
I'm
Anyway.
I'm not going to say I like
No,
that
it's
joke or
fine.
not.
And we're
This is-
gonna move
This
on.
is a verbal topic change.
Yep. Verbal. We're going to change the subject now.
Yeah, the change the subject song.
Yeah.
This is the change
To
the
what?
subject song.
Remember when Zach made that song? When
Yeah,
we were
Zach
on
actually
Xbox?
made like a little jingle that was a change the subject song. So
Yeah.
whenever something like this came up, he would just sing that, and then it was like a
He
little thing on the
actually-
piano.
He played on the piano.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, it was something like that. We were like, okay, we have to
Change
change.
the subject.
We got to change it now. That's the rule.
What do you think Zach is thinking about right now?
I love I love this. I love it.
Let's see.
Is he awake?
Yeah, he's been at work for 2.5
Wait, what do you
hours.
think he's doing right now, or what do you think he's doing right now if he's watching this right now?
No, right this second. Not
Right this
watching.
second, he's at work. So I mean,
What's he thinking about? He's probably seeing some
Probably
stuff.
like
He's seeing some crazy people.
I don't know.
I
where,
bet
is
he's
he-
going. Yeah, man.
Is he downtown Nashville today?
I think so.
Okay. I just know that he's having to
Well,
work.
That place sucks.
He might be eating right now.
Yeah, what time's it? Yeah, he may actually.
He's probably thinking about what he wants for lunch.
Let me call him.
Oh, he actually did text me 9 minutes ago. So
Oh, you gonna?
maybe that is.
Are you actually?
Yeah, I'm gonna call him real quick.
You know what? Sure.
All right.
I'm just gonna see. I gotta know what he's thinking about.
Let him know.
He's not
Let him
gonna
know he's on
answer.
speaker. He just starts talking trash about Leighton.
Hey, what's up?
Hey Zach, we're on speakerphone right now on the podcast. Just had a question for you. What are you
sure.
What are you thinking about right now?
Right now, I'm thinking about how ice cream cones don't have chocolate coverings on them. Legitimately, why has no one invented an ice cream cone that has a chocolate covering on it? That would be fantastic.
I have a very simple answer. For
That's
that.
a thing, right?
Well, yeah, like they have those what is it, the drumsticks?
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
are
yeah.
Cool, but it's just around the edge. Like, it needs to be the whole thing, you know? And I know that'd get messy, but it'd be delicious. You can lick your fingers.
That is
you know?
why. That would cause
Ah.
the biggest mess. Also, if they come individually wrapped in a wrapper, it's probably just
I
going to
mean-
stick to the wrapper.
Yeah,
It's an ice cream cone. What else do you expect? It's gonna leak on your hand anyway.
yeah, that's true.
So you're just going to have this big chocolatey hand as you're eating it. It's going to make the grip worse. You're not going to be able to...
I really don't see a problem here. I don't.
Zach likes messy.
Yeah, I wish I was there though. My goodness, this is so boring being at work.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna hang up now, but
Okay.
we just had to see what you were thinking about. We were discussing it, so that's good to know.
That was probably the best time you could have picked to ask me what I'm thinking.
Well,
Good
that,
job.
that was perfect. Maybe we'll do it again sometime.
All right, I'll see
All
you
right.
next
Wait, Zach, do you have
Okay.
a word of the day?
word of the day? In perpetuity.
What does that mean?
In perpetuity. You know what? Leighton, look that up.
Wait, or is that the right word?
He just asked someone on the street, "Hey, is this
Is this a word?
is this a word to some homeless guy? For $20, I'll tell you."
I think it's a thing. It's like a lawyer thing. I think it means forever. Look it up. I don't know.
perpetuity?
Can you spell that, Leighton?
Oh, perpetuity.
Oh,
Yeah, because that
I've heard of
means
that.
yeah, because if it's in perpetuity, yeah, it will just keep going forever and ever. I think an example I learned about that is like if you do like a college scholarship and you start
Okay.
like a foundation to provide for the scholarship, it will do that in perpetuity.
well, Zach, we appreciate it, and
Yeah.
have fun. Love you.
All right. I love you guys too. Have fun. I
We'll
miss
do.
you.
Miss you too.
And, see you next episode.
See you, bud.
Love ya.
Bye.
And that was Zach Hood.
So you said in perpetuity?
In perpetuity. Let's see if that's a word.
Perpetuity.
Okay, so he doesn't know it yet, but he's about to start thinking about lunch. He's already thinking about food, so
Yeah.
I was kind of
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
He's on the right track.
No, that's all that comes up.
In perpetuity.
In
Wow.
perpetuity.
Read the description. Or the example.
Now,
You want me to read it?
I think that's what he said.
All the Bonapartes were banished from France in perpetuity.
What a definition.
How does that make you feel?
How does that help me learn the word?
That was
They were banned forever.
Okay, but
You know how
chocolate,
you guys like to simplify things?
Forever.
chocolate covered ice cream cones. Why not just have a cone that's chocolate flavored?
that is a thing.
That's
It is a thing. Or having the cone, and you do have a chocolate layer, but it's on the inside.
Exactly.
be
I was
good.
just about to say
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Gosh.
both of those are a thing, and that's the better way to do it because
Yes.
then the cone, it doesn't get your handle sticky, and you can still grip it.
Yes.
Because not only would it make your hand sticky, but it would just make it harder to grip.
Okay, but if you do that, then
Yes.
you have less room for ice cream in the cone because the chocolate layer, depending on how thick it is, would take up space inside the cone.
How often do you really get ice cream that deep inside the cone anyway? Unless it's like a Nestle drumstick.
That is true. So you just have the chocolate filled up to a certain degree and on the inside of the walls. I like it.
So is he saying like the chocolate dip that you dip the vanilla into and it makes a hard shell?
I think
Does he
so.
mean that?
Maybe. Oh, does he just mean like a Hershey's chocolate syrup? Something? I don't know.
I don't think he knows what he means.
I don't think so either.
Because
say-
I don't think that would work.
Yeah, I don't think it would. I will say, props to him for coming up with something so fast, though. He did not hesitate at all with that.
Well, he was thinking about
I
it.
guess he
yeah, it's
was.
like, well, no, this is what I've been thinking about all day, man. It's been on my mind. It's been troubling me.
Chocolate melts so quickly when you touch it.
It
Oh,
does,
yeah.
yeah.
So if it was on the outside, that would literally be a disaster.
Literally.
You wouldn't even get done with the ice cream before it would already be melted in your hand. The cone. It's a terrible idea, Zach.
Y'all ever get mad when you're eating something and it gets really messy? Makes me frustrated.
Yeah.
It kind of does.
Like
yeah.
when a
me,
sandwich is
yeah.
falling apart and it's just
Yes.
That's what. Even when they're supposed to, like even when it's a sloppy Joe or something, they still make me irritated because I'm like, what's even the point of this
I
if
know.
I can't eat it and it's
Fork.
just falling off?
Or like when you go to some restaurants and it looks really fancy and the burger's about as tall as Leighton, and there's no way you can mash it
Oh, I
down
fit it in my
without
mouth.
the hangout.
yeah. A
That
burger is big as Leighton's
We had a
head.
burger at the hangout in Gulf Shores that was ginormous. I mean,
Was it good or just huge?
No, it was a
It
bad
was
burger.
just big.
It wasn't even good.
At
It
first,
was-
I thought it was good.
I think if I got a different burger, it would have been good. That was just there was too much on it. There was a ton on there.
I didn't mind the things. I kind of agree with what Presley was saying. The meat was weird, and I didn't
was
think it was at first, but after it just didn't settle right. And I think you were right.
That's weird. Have you guys been to Pharmacy Burger here in Nashville?
No,
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 Makes me
Pharmacy
think
Burger.
of Walgreens.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why it's called Pharmacy Burger. Oh, maybe it's their version of, even though they don't do any
healthy burger.
vegan stuff. Yeah, maybe that's their version of this heals you
Yeah.
with anti-estrogen. At least for Presley, that's what it would be. But no, Pharmacy Burger, they have some pretty good stuff there. I like it. They have a couple locations in Nashville. You should give it a try.
If we don't get Asian food for lunch, I kind of want Shake Shack.
That's far away.
that is
I
too
don't
far.
Have you been to Shake Shack? Evan?
I don't know if I've been to
burger.
It's
Steak and Shake.
fantastic.
I've
Oh,
been to Steak and
different.
Shake, not Shake Shack. Oh yeah, because they're building a new. Where were they building a new one? Oh, it was California where they were building a new one next to everything.
Let's go.
Let's go,
Let's go
California.
there for lunch.
Yeah, no, there have been a number of places I haven't been. I haven't been to Whataburger. I haven't been to Shake Shack.
Whataburger is the most mid restaurant I've ever been. Like it's not bad, but it's just not.
That's
great.
how I kind. Yeah, well, I'm just kind of that way about fast food. Like, even though I still think In-N-Out and Chick-fil-A are probably the two best fast food places I've been to. The way people talk about it, I'm like, yeah, it's good, and for fast food, it's good, but there's so much better. Like, I don't understand why there's this much hype around it.
For the first time, was disappointed. I had Chick-fil-A for lunch yesterday, and I was disappointed. I got the new pimento chicken sandwich.
Oh, yeah,
No
how
good?
was that? Is it not
The
good?
cheese was like liquid. It wasn't, pimento cheese is more like it's not solid, but it's like a dip type texture where it's a little thick.
I
It was
agree.
like dripping.
It was runny?
Yeah, it was runny.
You know what you need
That's
to
not
do?
good.
Hear me out. What you do? You get your zesty buffalo sauce. You get your Chick-fil-A
That's
sauce.
their best sauce. I love the zesty
I
buffalo.
love that. Hear out my concoction. So you get a chicken sandwich. You take the bun off. You
In the
put
bag.
in the bag.
Yep.
You shake it up, and then you place your bun, place your chicken with the sauce all perfectly spread out. Then you take a cup of their small mac and cheese, put that on top of that, put the top bun back on, and mash that puppy down and shove it in your face hole.
Allow me to prepare your next meal.
Okay.
You go to Chick-fil-A, you get a 12-count nugget. You get it, which, by the way, that makes me mad. They're nuggets. It's just like that big.
They're small.
I wish
yeah.
they were bigger,
do
but they're good.
strips.
You get a 12-count nugget. You get a medium fry. You get a mac and cheese. Okay, you listening? Listen. And then you get Chick-fil-A sauce and Polynesian. But then you ask for a salad container. Just the container. Okay? Evan, you hear me?
I'm hearing you, buddy.
Get the salad container. You dump everything in there, and you just shake it up. You just shake it. Okay?
Wait, can you shake it some more?
And then it makes just this beautiful concoction.
Y'all are making me hungry.
And the sauce is all marinated in with everything. It's amazing.
That was a TikTok trend.
Yeah, and I tried it.
And
And
it's
it's
good.
great. I do that sometimes.
You
Well,
seen
I-
the at-home Chick-fil-A pizza? You get
What?
you get fries, you get nuggets, you get mac and cheese, you get all your toppings. You get, of course, you have to get crust and stuff because they don't have that. But then you, instead of like,
Chick-fil-A
tomato
sauce
sauce,
is a sauce?
yeah, use the Chick-fil-A sauce instead of tomato sauce.
It's over.
That'd be interesting. I will say one of the things that Chick-fil-A does have going for it that's really nice is that you can either go for like the fried stuff and the high calorie stuff and it's really good, or you can go for more like low calorie options and it's actually still pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I actually really like their grilled chicken
It's
nuggets or
very
their
good.
grilled chicken sandwich.
They started doing
that's-
lettuce buns too. That's
They
new.
have? Ooh, I'd be actually curious about that because I remember the first time I ever went to Chick-fil-A, I thought it wasn't very good because the chicken was good. The bread was so stale. I got a chicken sandwich. It was like some of the worst bread I've ever had. I don't know how or why they served it like that, but I'm like, yeah, this sandwich isn't very good. They're like, really? I'm like, because I was with Zach, and I'm like, yeah, the chicken's fine, but why is the bread like this?
Yeah.
I'm like, who serves the most stale bread? But then I've been back there since, and everything's good.
I'm not that big of a fan of just like the regular chicken sandwich anymore. Just they're
I
fried.
need the spicy
like it.
deluxe if I'm
Yeah,
gonna get
I
that.
like the
Either that or
grilled
the
club.
grilled with the buffalo sauce on it. I love their buffalo sauce.
Yeah, I'm hungry now.
Let's eat. I'm just joking.
We'll be all right. It'll be okay.
It's 11:20.
Yeah, I'll be
Presley.
fine.
What
You'll
time is
be
it?
fine.
Yeah, it is 11:20.
You'll be okay.
It'll be
Plus,
okay.
Presley, you're still doing your all meat diet, right? So that means that wherever we go, you have to get something that's just meat.
I thought this was a
It's
cheat
a
day.
cheat.
No, that was last night.
Oh.
I ate whatever I wanted last night.
What do you have last night?
I had a big meal. What is that? What are those things? They're not tacos or what are they called?
Burritos.
Burrito tacos.
Burrito tacos,
Queso
man.
tacos.
Queso taco.
Oh,
Phenomenal.
Okay. Where do you get that from?
This local place called Peppercorn. Little
We need to
Tex-
take you there sometime.
little
It's
I haven't
great.
been there
Tex-Mex.
yet.
It's ooh.
It's
It
great.
was so good. Anyway, I got 3 of them. And then I got a little thing of street corn, and then I got a little thing of cheesy rice. Then I got some queso. It's not just normal queso. It had like a little
Chipotle.
chipotle tang.
Oh,
to
so
it.
it's like a little more, like not spicy, but like queso with a kick.
And I poured all that. Up
You ever
on there,
had
and I
burrito
ate all of it.
tacos?
I don't know if I feel like I might have once before. I've heard of them before for sure. I don't
It's
know if
a-
I've actually ever tried
tell
one.
you.
It's a beef taco, and so they cook the beef in this sauce. Well, then they dip the shell in the sauce and they fry it in the sauce.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then they give you the sauce. They give you the sauce and you dip it in the sauce.
So it's like a deep fried taco.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
At least
Nah,
in
I-
the simplest of terms.
I ate all of it, and that was the most carbs I've had in a meal in a month. And I was loopy at first, a little
Yeah.
little wired. And then after that, I got like really tired, and
That's
I think I slept
Yeah,
it
it's
off.
probably a sugar rush right there.
Yeah.
Your body's like, oh yay, and your body's like, oh
energy.
no.
Oh no.
It really
Hell no.
sucks that you just feel absolutely terrible when you eat certain things.
Yeah, it does.
I know. Don't you love that so much of the food you love to eat is just awful for you?
It's like poison,
And I feel older because it used to not ever happen to me.
and you could just eat whatever you want.
Yeah, I know.
Which I was a lot heavier when I was younger. I just didn't pay attention to what I ate. So maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, maybe.
I would eat anything and not care.
That-
I was
that's-
the garbage disposer, dude.
That's kind of. I could see that. Yeah, to where like even though I still love my vegetables, I loved everything
Yeah.
else too.
Oh yeah. But
Well,
I
see,
would always
my
have my
thing-
corn dogs for lunch.
That's why the meat diet doesn't bother me. Because one, I get to eat a lot of stuff that I actually do like at any quantity that I want. But also, if I can't eat what I want to without feeling lethargic or just bloated or brain fogged, I'd rather not eat. I'm sorry, if
Need
I
to
can,
eat.
if I can't eat what I want, I'm not gonna eat hardly anything. I'll just eat for sustainment rather than mouth pleasure. You know?
Sustainment.
mouth.
Wait.
Stop.
Also, wait. I just heard. Wait, what?
I was wondering if y'all were
I
gonna catch
just
that.
just processed. It's not pleasure into my
Yeah.
mind. I can tell you that much.
Something that helps me is like I don't know why, but to help me like not eat as much because that's my thing is I eat a lot when I eat.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily eat unhealthy. I just eat a lot.
That's my problem.
I need to have something that I'm planning on doing after I eat. That way I just eat a little bit and then start on that next thing, and I don't want to eat anymore because I'm focused on what I'm doing. Because then by the end of that, I don't even think about food. Like I'm just not thinking about
Oh
it.
yeah, that's very true. Or I'll have a bad habit of I won't eat for a long period of time, but then I'll have like the biggest meal.
Yeah.
To where I'm like, oh well, I haven't eaten anything all day, so
I
I'll just
can
have
eat-
this huge
yep.
meal, and then I end up feeling like crap afterwards because even though you
Crap.
haven't eaten all day, it still isn't good for you to eat this huge meal.
Yeah, we were talking about that before you left for California. How you'll just like not eat all day, but
Yeah,
and
well,
then
especially-
you'll get it all in at
Yeah,
dinner.
well, especially, I mean, sometimes with this job, even though I'm not a truck driver, the reason why I have my commercial driver's license is because sometimes you get a call at 2:30 a.m. saying, hey, this person called out and we need you to drive this truck.
Darn.
So then you're there starting at 3:30 a.m. and all of a sudden you're driving the truck and you don't get off until later, and I just won't eat throughout the whole day. I don't take a lunch or whatever else. I just
Well, getting up at odd hours, that'll mess up your appetite too.
it does, yeah. It does kind of mess it up. So then you get done with it, and then at the end of the day, you're really tired and hungry, and then you go to get something, and I just overeat. Because it's the same for me. I always eat way too much. Portion control is my main thing. To where if you put it on my plate, I have a
eating it.
problem to where I will eat it. Unless I just don't like it, I will eat it.
I'm a big crumb guy.
He loves crumbs.
Like
does.
crumb
He will
bowl.
lick his finger and then just keep doing that.
I think you might like the crumbs more than the actual.
I do
meal.
because it's like a little tease, but you don't have too much to where you feel bad about it. You know.
That's an
I don't
aftertaste.
like-
Okay.
I don't like what's going on here with the mouth pleasure and then the
Teasing?
crumbs being a little teased. This makes me
I've
highly
got-
uncomfortable.
I've got a complicated relationship with food.
See, I love food. You know, I've been engaged to food for a long time now, but this is still a little
Congrats.
far for me. Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's nice.
This is what you need to start carrying with you, like on your drives and stuff. A nutritious snack that's pretty healthy and very pickled onions. Just carry a jar of those with you.
I'm so tired about hearing
I
about pickled onions.
love pickled
I will say
onions.
pickled onions are really good.
This
I
guy
do
gets
like
it.
them.
Or
He
just
gets it.
pickles.
I don't know if I would. Pickles are also really good. Dude, there's a pickle, but I know I'm going off topic. But dude, there's a brand of pickles that my family discovered. I know it's at Whole Foods. I don't know if it's at like Kroger or Publix. I think it might be.
Is it in a plastic?
Yeah, it's in like a plastic container, and the like pickle juice, like when you go to open it, because the lid's kind of weird. Half the time, like the pickle juice like overflows and spills out.
I think you know what you're talking
But
about.
dude, those
I love
pickles,
those.
dude, those pickles are heavenly. They
What
are
are they called?
amazing. I don't know. Look up pickles from heaven. I don't know. I don't know. Just Google types of pickles or something. Maybe from like Whole Foods.
Yeah, like
plastic container.
Yeah,
it looks
plastic
like
container.
a jar, but it's plastic.
They do, but man, those pickles, they have pickle chips, thick pickle chips, and like different pickle spears. And
that was my
whatnot.
nickname in high school.
Thick
So-
pickle chips?
Yeah.
Hey, that's nice.
Thick
So-
pickle chip.
I searched
That's
pickles
my
from
password
heaven.
for everything.
And,
Wait, did you actually?
yeah, in one of the more to ask section that Google gives you, it says were pickles mentioned in the Bible?
But no, give me
were
a
they?
savory dish where if you put pickled onions on there, it wouldn't sound good. I think it sounds great on anything. I could eat it on anything.
Tomato soup.
Yeah, never mind.
That might be
That
good.
kind of sounds weird. Onion,
Tomato
just
soup and pickled onions.
I could just see you dicing onions and putting it in there.
Well, yeah,
but
just
not
that. Yeah,
pickled
but pickled
onions.
onions. Yeah.
A little bit too tangy.
Wait, is that it?
I have had that. Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
it's.
I'm.
I think it's that. Yeah, I
Yep.
think it's that.
I'm gonna get some.
Those are fantastic.
Those pickles are amazing.
They're spicy.
They can be.
can.
They don't have to be.
They have bread and butter.
Dude,
Pickles are like nothing.
I never realized, dude, my eyes were opened when I had these pickles. Okay, I didn't realize that I had such a fondness for pickles. I always thought pickles were like, if they're there, like they're going a hamburger, they're kind of
Presley
fine
likes
as
pickles.
is or whatever. I'm like,
do,
they're not bad. When I had
Pickle
these pickles,
juice.
oh my gosh, they were amazing. Do you like pickle juice?
Yeah, pickle pops.
Pickle pop? Is that like frozen pickle juice in the form of a popsicle?
Yes.
So good.
Really?
It's funny when my parents ran the baseball league in the summers. They would run the concession stand too. My mom would sell pickle pops.
Oh,
Like
well,
25 cents.
I've
Because
never
it-
had one. Maybe I need to try
it was great because we would sell like just pickles, like dill pickles. We would just save the juice and they would freeze it and sell those.
I mean,
I can
hey,
taste it
it's-
right now.
Hey, if it works, then it works. Maybe I need to try it. I never thought of that before.
People loved it. It was like really refreshing. Apparently, I
if
never had it.
I've had alligator in Arkansas, I can try a pickle pop.
I love alligator.
Allie.
Alligator.
Gator. I need to try that.
The words of Joe Rogan. I have to pee.
I feel like a lot more people than Joe Rogan have said that.
Well, he says it on the podcast a lot, actually.
In the words of, I don't know, Betty White, I have to pee. Like you could say anybody.
Yeah.
In my words, I have to pee.
Okay. There
In
you
the
go.
words.
In the words of Presley Parker.
of Joe Biden.
We'll end it right
I
here.
peed
then.
my pants.
I peed my pants. Thanks, guys, for coming back and joining us. Come back next time. We'll be seeing you.
Or don't.
All right, Dan.
Thank you for listening to me about pickles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for a session of awkwardness.
Peace.
Peed your pants for content.
I like how he's under the table. You should have peed your pants. Presley could have just faked it, then he could have just been like,